Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Wednesday, the 29th of January 2025. In today's Millwall news, we start off with this. Millwall goalkeeper Liam Roberts praised for concentration levels in win at Portsmouth. And this is from the londonnewsonline.co.uk. Goalkeeper Liam Roberts marked his first championship start with a clean sheet in last night's 1-0 win at Portsmouth. The 30-year-old has played the role of backup to Lucas Jensen in the league, but came on in the closing stages of Saturday's victory over Luton. Jensen was stretchered off the pitch in that game, but head coach Alex Neil revealed yesterday that the former Burnley and Lincoln stopper is set to be back in contention very soon. Roberts has only conceded once in 4 matches he has featured in. The 1-0 home loss to Orient in the EFL Cup. He's also recorded the shutout at Fratton Park in that same competition for Millwall for his Millwall debut in August. The summer signing was well protected by his defensive midweek, but still made some confident claims from crosses. I thought I'd deal with all the long shots as well, said Neil. Those ones that skip off the turf, they're hard to deal with, trust me. Them boys hit the ball hard, so when you get behind, you need to get your full body behind that, and particularly when you've not played a lot of games, it means concentration is key, and I was delighted for him, I thought he deserved that performance and a clean sheet. Yep, and, what happens now? Obviously, we assume that maybe Roberts is going to play again in the QPR game. You would assume that. And then what happens to Jensen? When Jensen does come back, does he go straight back in? Does he sit on the bench for a game or two and then he goes back in? Or do you wait for Roberts to make some kind of silly little mistake and then you go, okay, you've had your time, son, now it's time to bring Jensen back. So we wait to see. I think, to be honest, I think a lot of this will go down to, Andy Marshall. He's very well regarded in the goalkeeping world, and we'll see how we go. But I mean, obviously, Liam Roberts, he's got a very good defensive front of him now with Cooper, Tanganga, Kramer, and even Brian. The last 2 games have been playing pretty good. So, if he doesn't have anything to do, he can't showcase his skills, then he's not really going to win the job of being the goalkeeper. So, we wait to see. But you would assume that he starts on Saturday, even if Jensen does come back. Maybe they don't risk him. They put him on the bench. But we'll see. We will see. Now, moving again onto this from londonnewsonline.co.uk, the South London Press. Millwall boss explains why has been wide attacking role for January transfer window signing Connolly. Millwall head coach Alex Neil has explained why Aaron Connolly, is it Aaron or Aaron? Aaron? I don't know. I'm going to say Aaron. Aaron is not suited to play the centre forward role in his current system. The 24-year-old signed from Sunderland this month and has produced bright performances in the 1-0 victories at Luton and Portsmouth. Connolly won and missed a penalty against the Hats on Saturday. Last night he laid a huge chance on for his Bangor Williams, the youngster missing from close range, and also curled a shot narrowly past the right upright in the closing stages. The Republic of Ireland international has played a wider role. He's played off the left before, he played there for Hull. So they played inverted forwards and dropped the 9 down. So he's done that role before. He can play off the left and he can play as a 10 and he can play as a 9. The difficulty you have right now is that, if you're playing as him a 9, then you probably need to play without him a little bit because of the fact he isn't a target man. So you need to work the ball up the pitch and then slide him down the sides. I don't think we are there yet. Hence why we need to put the ball forward and work around the striker. Where he is at the moment, suits him because it gets him front facing a lot, and you saw the one where he cuts in and his shot whistles just past the post. He's got that quality where he can dip a shoulder and get his strike away. Indeed, he's very tricky. He's tricky. Tricky. Now, can you believe it? It is Wednesday today. It is Wednesday. We are getting warnings from Millwall that the game on Saturday is nearly sold out. There are 900 tickets left, and this was at, 4 o'clock in the afternoon? 5 o'clock in the afternoon? So this is from millfc.co.uk. Under 900 tickets remain for Millwall Sky Bet Championship visit of Queen's Park Rangers. The Lions take on the R's in Saturday's London derby. Kick off at 3 p.m. Could that have something to do with it? Maybe. With a sold-out crowd looming in SC16, with the Barry Kitchen and Dockers stand both full. So that's the west and the east. They've sold out. The only availability remains in the Cold Blow Lane end, so don't delay and purchase today. So if you haven't got a ticket yet and you were planning on going to this game, it looks like you need to buy a ticket probably tomorrow, maybe on Friday, and you'll have to go in the Cold Blow Lane stand, which is on the end. So, you snooze, you lose, I guess. The ticket office will open at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning, with any supporter wishing to purchase or collect tickets strongly urged to arrive in advance to prevent lengthy queues building before kick-off. Alternatively, the ticket office is open from 9:30 to 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Well, that was today, so why are you advertising that when you posted this at 4 p.m. on a Wednesday? And Thursday, plus 9:30 to 4... Oh, it closes at 4 p.m. on a Friday. That's important information. So, there you go. Obviously, they want to go out on the piss on Friday night. So, yeah. Now, why? Rather strange. I'm scratching my head. Why this game? Why? Well, there are a number of competing reasons. Maybe one of them is, payday, end of the month, if you get paid monthly. Obviously, you want to go out and spend that money that's just magically appeared in your bank account. I guess. Although, personally, I would just use my credit card and then use the money from the wages to pay off the credit card. No problem, but especially as everything's digital nowadays anyway, so but that's just me. Now, could it be, like I said, 3 p.m. kickoff, a home game with a 3 p.m. kickoff? When was the last time that we had one of those? Do you know without looking? Nope. Yes, that's correct. You at the back, that's correct. It is the one before kickoff. That we won, by the way. The last time that we won at home in the league, like I said, I mentioned before in a previous video, the early kickoffs are killing us. The first one that we've won all season was the Luton away game, and we've had about 5 or 6. So, this has been a big problem for us, this 12:30 kickoffs. The last time we played at home on a Saturday at a 3 p.m. kickoff was 21st of December 2024, a 1-0 win against Blackburn, and that only got a crowd of 14,009. So we now look to be, obviously QPR, I don't know how many tickets QPR got, it must have been at least 2,000. So we could be heading to, what would that be, about 17 something thousand, 17,500, maybe 18. But another thing, so there's that, as in the game is actually Saturday at 3 p.m. Like, wow, who would have thought that? Like, if you put the games on where people usually go to the games, they will go to the games. I mean, it's, wow, economics 101. But I've just realised as well, looking at this before filming the video, I think the last 5 games that we've played have all been on television. So obviously the Portsmouth game was midweek game, that was on Sky Sports Plus. The Luton game, early kickoff. Why is it an early kickoff? Because it's on Sky Sports Plus. The Cardiff game, again, another midweek game, Sky Sports Plus, of course. The Hull City game, again, early kickoff, so that it can be shown on, you guessed it, Sky Sports Plus. And then before that, the FA Cup game that was moved to Monday night. Monday? And that was on ITV4. So the last 5 of our games have been available to watch. Obviously, if you're abroad, you can watch it on Millwall TV, because it is what it is. Even if it was at 3 o'clock, like the QPR game you can watch because it's at 3 o'clock. But in the UK, we don't have that. They black out the 3 o'clock kickoffs because they want people to go to the games. And lo and behold, you put a game on Saturday at 3 o'clock and people are going to the game. I mean, wow. So, yeah. It's Wednesday and the 2 of the stands are sold out. And there's 900 tickets left in the South stand. So, you might want to get a move on if you're going. Maybe. So, there you go. Now, moving on to this. So, again, the club have put shirts up for auction. So, this is from millwallfc.co.uk. Portsmouth versus Millwall. Match-worn shirts up for auction. The Lions won 1-0 victors at Fratton Park with Mihajlo Ivanovic's goal securing 3 points on the road for the successive game. So you can place your bid on the link above, which is at matchwarm.com. I'm going to go there now, and they have 2 now running at the same time. They've got shirts from the Cardiff game, obviously the blue and white home shirts. That's got 3 days left. And they've now got these. Oh, no, they've got even more. No, they got 3 shirts at the same time. So they've got the Cardiff City shirts, they've got the Luton shirts, and they've got the Portsmouth shirts now. So they've got 3 auctions running at the same time. Now, again, I've mentioned this before. I'm not going to dig the club out. When they first started doing this, they said, they were doing like Headley Court, the camouflage one, limited edition. That was to raise money for Headley Court, I believe. I'm not sure about that. And obviously the Poppy Appeal and stuff like that. And I think Jimmy's Day as well, doing things like that. They put these up now. They're not telling us if it's for charity, and if it is for charity, what charity it's for. Which, if it isn't for charity, fair enough, like, you don't have to do everything for charity, I'm not being funny, but this could be literally going towards running a club. It might be that dire. Obviously, we just sold SA, we're going to sell Fleming, it's going to be confirmed in the summer. But, things like this might go towards our transfer budget, and I'm not even being facetious when I say that. Because every little bit of money helps. It's money that incomes is written on the balance sheet against this stupid communist FFP rules. But interesting to see. So the players whose shirts get bid up is goals. They put a goal scorer tag on it now. But Tanganga shirts are always number 1 in the money. Tanganga, and then Ivanovic, Jay Cooper's up there as well. Raheem Bangor Williams, obviously in this game, the Cardiff game. So, I mean, the thing as well, with doing this and putting it like the 3 games at the same time, that's just bizarre for some reason. So obviously 10 days left, 9 days left, 3 days left. Obviously, it's the law of supply and demand. In that you think, obviously these are the top players, but look, Kramer's shirt is 68 quid. How much does if you went to the club shop and wanted to get a shirt and then wanted to get Kramer and 52 on the back, how much would that cost you? 55 quid? 60 quid? This is going for £68 at the moment. And this was worn by the man in the match. So you're paying just a little bit extra to get like something that was worn in the game. So I mean that's just these are the top players. If we go down the list, you can get probably Langstaff shirt or something like that. Or, what more? 28 quid. Brian 26 quid. It's like I think. And another thing, so they're only selling the players that played in the game. I think including the subs. They've stopped doing the unused subs. So you can get bargains here, because that's the law of supply and demand. Is look, 15 quid for it says Connolly, but it's got Bradshaw. Oops. 15 quid. 20 quid for the actual shirt that Casper Denor wore in the game. That's cheaper than the shirt from the club shop. I mean, like, come on, man. And this one here, like just a random shirt that's been signed by all of the squad. 13 quid. I mean, damn, bro. I mean, if you got any birthdays coming up, I mean, why not? Why not, indeed. So that's it for the news today, but I will, obviously, one day post-match, I'm going to be talking about the stats, because why not? So if you're not sticking around, thank you for watching. If you are, get some coffee on so you don't fall asleep going through all of this stuff. The top 5 rated players are all Millwall players. Tanganga was the highest rated player with 8.1. Cooper 7.8. George Saville 7.6. Joe Bryan 7.5. Rahis Bangor Williams 7.5. Like I said, in yesterday's video, that was a team effort. Everybody played well. You could argue, maybe Duncan Watmore and George Honeyman, but they played a part. Maybe Billy Mitchell as well, really, but they played a part. It wasn't like they were rubbish. It's like they had less stuff to do. You know what I mean? They had bit part roles because everyone else stepped up. So Millwall stole the ball often from the opposition, were effectively great in goal scoring opportunities from counter-attacks, but lost possession often and were caught offside often. We favoured long shots. We attacked down the left side. We favoured long balls and we favoured through balls. So, as you can see, the attempts on goal, 15-7, 12-3 open play, 3-2 set piece, 0-2 counter-attack. Shots on target, shots 7, goals 1, that's a conversion rate of 14%. That's very healthy at this level, very healthy indeed. As you can see, we were mostly going down the left-hand side. That is true. And especially with the kicks from the goalkeeper. And I'm going to get into a reason why that was later on, because I was thinking about that earlier, but I'm not going to bring it up now. Shot directions. Shot zones. 29% in the 6-yard box. Action zones. Obviously, our defence was very busy. Very, very busy. And their defence was quite high. They played a high line. Obviously that cost them when it comes to the goal. Player positions. So you can, like I said, you see how high their line is. They're on the left-hand side. They're the central defenders on the centre circle. Obviously, and there's a 45 there as well. That was what, Hayden? Is it Isaac? Hayden Isaac or Isaac Hayden? Something like that. You can see. So they're doubling up down the wings. And I told you this. The 2 wide players were on the touchline basically, and they would just go up to the middle and then ping it from side to side very quickly to try and catch us on the break. And you can see Millwall again. So what have we got here? It looks like we've got Tanganga dropping back, almost acting like a sweeper. Denor slotting in. 31 is Bangor Williams. 23 is George Saville. 19 is... Who's 19? Watmore. 26 is the Serb. And 9 is Connolly. So, there you go. That is very interesting. Obviously, you've got Ivanovic and you've got Connolly playing off of each other, and we were mostly going down that side. Obviously, if Ivanovic wins the ball or doesn't win the ball, who picks up the seconds? Get Connolly on it, and he can keep the ball and be a bit tricky with it, or maybe win a free kick. So let's move on to this, also from WhoScored.com. Here in the match events, obviously The goal was the first match event. Then the yellow card, obviously that was in the first half. And then the second half, start getting the cards, the substitution, pretty early one to take Duncan Warm off for Honeyman. And then again, I think they tried to bring on Dazelle, more attacking player than Hayden, because obviously we were sitting back and really. Ryan Wintle, Billy Mitchell-Langstaff coming on. Made, I think, at the right time to give a bit of freshness to the team. Some legs. And worked out. And then Murray Wallace right at the end, just to kind of shore it up. Because there was an injury. Their player went down. And you weren't really sure how many minutes they were going to add on. And that's when the sub was going to... They already had him lined up to go. And so it could have been a lot of injury time. But it only turned out to be only 4 minutes, which I think is probably fair, to be honest. So if you look at the club badges, top left, top right, you can see the average player rating for each club. It's 6.35 for Portsmouth. It's 6.9 for Millwall. And like I said, a lot of players getting a high scores here. Tanganga 8.1. Like the whole defence were really solid. Dinor 6.9. Watmore 5.9. So interesting that Watmore was the first one to get subbed off. Obviously, did he get the low score, which meant he wasn't doing much in the game, which meant he got subbed off, or was he because he went off early, he did less things in the game, which meant he couldn't get his score up? I don't know. I think it's the former, like he wasn't doing much in the game, and they decided to yank him off. Ooh, misses. Ivanovic 7.2, Bangor won him 7.5. Obviously, they created the goal and scored the goal. Connolly 6.8. Saville 7.6. We'll find out why that was in the later game. In fact, I saw a thing today that Carl Bates gave man of the match to Saville, and everyone's like, Tanganga? Did you see Tanganga in that game? But we'll see why Saville got a high score in a minute. So even is that literally? Well, everyone got 7 or above except for Denor and Connolly, which I think is kind of harsh, to be fair. And then so let's go through the stuff that happened in the games. Obviously, that's the ratings. Let's look at Portsmouth first. 7.1. So yeah, I'm going to tell you why I think they were going down the left. So 7.1, Murphy. He got the man of the match from the Portsmouth, where they give it, their exec lounge gave the man of the match at the end of the game. It was announced on the tannoy to Murphy. So obviously they have to give it to a home player. And they gave it to him. In the second half, especially, when Roberts was taking the goal kicks, he was floating them up, down the left, our left, so where Swanson was, down that side. That was clearly deliberate, even though the people behind me thought that Roberts was fucking up his goal kicks, or that the wind was taking him, because he was literally right in the corner on the touchline, and that was very deliberate. And I believe that was very clever, because what I think they were doing is that obviously they're trying to get the ball up the other end, but if obviously you're not going to win every ball that goes forward. You're probably going to lose more than you win, because obviously they have more defenders than you got attackers, because you have to keep some players back in the middle. So I think that the idea is that if we lost the ball to second balls in that right hand corner for Portsmouth, they're not going to break very quickly, because their best player was Murphy, because it's the farthest away that you can get from him, because he's playing on the left wing, high left, outside left as they say, and we're kicking it to their right back. So for them they can't send Richie away. Richie's old and he's slow, they can't effectively counter-attack if we lose the ball in that corner. And this was happening time and time again, that those goal kicks and offside free kicks were being bombed up forward in that corner, and that was I believe that was being done. That was a tactical decision to do that deliberately, because obviously if we sent it over to the other side, Ogilvy could win the ball, and then they could send Murphy away down the line, and that could be disastrous for us. So I believe that was a deliberate tactical thing that they were doing to stop Josh Murphy having an effect in the game, even though he was the highest rated player. Can you imagine if he had the ball more? He could have been more dangerous. He could have been more troublesome. He could have caused us to concede a goal. So they didn't want that to happen. And you can see here, who did Portsmouth sub off? Their entire right-hand side. Swanson came off, Matthews came off as a sub, Hayden came off, and Richie came off. All of the players playing down that side went off early. So yeah, let's get into the who did what in the game. Shots 15-7. This is a sight to see. The players who had the shots on Portsmouth's goal were the attacking players. Ivanovic with 3, Connolly with 3, Bangor Williams with 1. Not Tanganga with 4 headers from corners, not Cooper, not Saville, not Honeyman, not Watmore. The 3 attacking players. That's how it should be. I mean, everyone in the team has a role. Some people have to assist, some people have to score, some people have to save you're in goal, you have to save. And that's how it is, The attackers should attack the goal. Possession 64-35, it definitely felt that way, especially at the end of the game. It was all backs to the Alamo, as they say. Well, they don't say, I just made that up, but we weren't getting on the ball that much. They were pressing us, they were forcing us to move the ball quickly. And I don't think we were really pressing them that much until they got to a certain point. As you can see, Pack had it. 9.7% of the match was just that one of their central defenders. I think we were chasing them down, but we weren't insanely obsessed about pressing them. And for us, Cranmer was on the ball 4.4%, but the goalkeeper was on the ball most of the time. For us, 4.9% of the match possession for Millwall was with the goalkeeper. Pass success percentage 69-53. Connolly 82. He's very good. And you see Roberts 16. Obviously those balls down the left. Obviously a lot of them weren't finding a Millwall player, but like I said, I think it was just to get it away from Murphy. Dribbles 8-3. Obviously you can see Murphy had 4 in that game. Tanganga had 2. Tanganga had 1. Bangor Williams had 2. Aerials 1. This is where Aerials 1, game 1. Indeed, absolutely. See, everyone in Portsmouth had an aerial win except for Murphy and their goalkeeper. And for us, everyone had an aerial win except for Watmore. Tanganga with 8, Cooper with 7, Cranmer with 3, even the goalkeeper with 2. He comes out, he claims the balls in the air. And I think for the one that fucked up their play, he did that. He came for the ball and he won the ball. Like the geezer, he was collateral damage, shall we say? But if he can do this is something that Jensen doesn't do. Jensen don't come and claim the ball from crosses and corners. He don't do it. So if Roberts can do that, as well as being a decent shot stopper, I don't think he had much to stop yesterday. We'll have a look. I don't think did he actually make a save? In terms of there was a shot at him. We'll see in a minute, but so yeah, Aerials 1, man. Aerials 1, game 1. Just stopping them from going forward. Tackles again, so 16-23. Who had the most tackles for Millwall? Jules Saville. He does the defensive work in the middle of the park so that the defenders don't have to. Even Bangor Williams, 4 tackles. 4 tackles. You wouldn't think you'd look at him. He's very skinny. I'll tell you now. Obviously, I watch a fair few under 21 games, you know. He was a lot skinnier than he is now. Than you see him. He has bulked up. He was very skinny before when he first came into the team, which is probably one of the reasons, you know, why we were humming on our end whether to sign him. You know, other clubs have rejected him. But I mean, man, whatever they've been feeding him down at Calmont Road, Lurch, the chef, head chef, they've been bulking him up, and he, even though he still looks a bit skinny, he is a lot bigger than he was maybe a year ago. So there you go. And even look, Joe Bryan with 3 tackles. What has gone on with Joe Bryan? He's transformed in the last 2 games. Absolutely revitalised. Corners 7-3. These are the players who won the corners. So what more? And I guess the other sub won it. Wintle. Dispossessed. So having the ball taken off of you. Yep. And you can see their players. Murphy, Lang, Bots, you know, their forward line got dispossessed. They had the ball taken off of them because the Millwall defence was just imperious. So let's move on to this from whoscored.com. So let's have a look at shots on target for Portsmouth. Was it 13 or something? So how many did they have on target? 3. And we'll see how many shots they have blocked and how many saves the keeper had to make. So Millwall, 7 shots. How many on target? 1. Wow. 1 shot on target, 1 goal. I think Ivanovic, every goal he scored has been in winning games, is it not? Yeah, or at least I don't think he scored in a game where we've lost. He scored some important goals, that's for sure. And he's got a hell of a variety as well. Fantastic player so far, you know. And you would imagine, you know, if he keeps getting better, I mean, that's an asset. That is an asset. He only had 19 touches of the ball as well. He was on the pitch for 68 minutes. He had 3 shots, 1 on target, 1 goal, 19 touches of the ball, 4 aerials, 1. Wow. 19 touches of the ball and he scores a winning goal. In 68 minutes of football. Wow. So let's have a look at the ratings. Tanganga, the only one with 8.06. Jake Cooper 7.83, Jules Saville 7.6, Reece Bangor Williams 7.54. Again, another assist. The guy is insane. Every game he does something. Obviously, he should have scored. And I do wonder, obviously, in an alternate universe, where we maybe lost that game, would the Boo Boys have turned on him so quickly? If we would have lost that game, obviously, I think there would have been a few comments, and then I think there were people saying, "Yeah, you know, pipe down. You know, it's only his 4th game of professional football. Like, he's already done so well, so shut the fuck up." But I do wonder how quickly that would have turned, having missed a sitter from 3 yards out. But I mean, Joe Bryan 7.5, Crammer 7.2, so we've got 7s all the way down. So the 8 players got 7s and above, and then Denor 6.87, Conley 6.8. Bit harsh. Is that the yellow card that's done that? I don't know. Or maybe it's the shots off target, because he had 3 shots and they were off target. So maybe it's a combination of that and the yellow card. Ryan Wintle 6.54, Honeyman 6.2. Again, so Macaulay and Langstaff obviously came on as a sub. Got 5.91. Obviously, 4 touches of the ball. Didn't have much to do. But it's just above him is Duncan Watmo, who was on the pitch for 56 minutes. 16 touches the ball, 5.93. He got outrated by Billy Mitchell, who was on the pitch for less time. Even by Mario Wallace, who was on the pitch for 4 minutes. And according to this, doesn't look like he did anything. But he got higher rating than Duncan Watmore. Oosh, ouch, that's... Woof. That is interesting. That is interesting. So there you go. Oh, there you not go. Let's carry on. I forgot. Let's click on this, and it actually loaded. So we were offside a lot, apparently. 3 times. Okay. Defensive stuff. Who did what? Obviously, we know Saville had the most tackles. So Saville, Bangor, Williams, Joe Bryan didn't all. So again, this is George Honeyman 2 tackles, which is the 5th most, or joint 4th. Interceptions, Joe Bryan, Jake Cooper. Clearances, Tanganga. Wow, yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. They were just bombing it. Like, oh, get it forward, get it out, get it up, get it out. 16, 13, 13, 9. So what's that between them? That's what, 29, 38? 38 clearances between 3 players. Yikes. I mean, not yikes. I mean, wow. I mean, that's insane. But the fact you can, like, how much we were defending and how, desperate it was just to get it out. Kind of like the Cardiff game, but we didn't concede. So there's an improvement there. Block shots. 4 block shots. Ryan Wintle. Look at Ryan Wintle. Came on 68 minutes, had 1 tackle, 3 clearances, 1 block shot. He was very energised. I don't know if he's playing for a contract here. Obviously, with the stuff with George Honeyman going on, maybe if we can get Ryan Wintle in on a free, if his contract's up in the summer, obviously George Honeyman's contract's going to run out. Maybe Ryan Wintle in, George Honeyman out. Because George Honeyman is... the fans are going to gin him. And his numbers don't look too good. So, we'll see how that goes. One to keep an eye on, I think. And Jordan Archer was there on the subs bench. Remember him? So, moving on to this from fbref.com. Expected goals 1.3 to 1.1. So, again, 1-1. Would that have been a fair result? It could have been 1-1, but I think the way that the Millwall defence was... how they were so energised and hyped up. I think we deserve to keep that clean sheet and get that 1-0 win. What else have we got? If we go down, so possession 64 to 36. They had 476 passes. We had 262. They had 3 shots on target of their 15, which is 20%. We had 1 of 7, which is 14. Our goalkeeper made 3 saves, so he did save those shots. They weren't blocked. He made the 3 saves. Their keeper had 1 save to make. He didn't make it. He did not make it. And it was kind of right at him as well. It was like, I think Ivanovic gave him the eyes to put it in the corner, like on the ground, and then dinked it over him like past his head, so he couldn't get his hands up quick enough. Which is good, which is very clever from Ivanovic, you saw that though with the FA Cup goal that he scored, where he died, like he was crawling on the floor and headed it in. So fouls in the game: 9 from Portsmouth, 15 from Millwall. Corners 7 to 3, 49 to 9 crosses. Yeah, this is the thing. It literally was get it up, get it out, get up, get it out. All the clearances from Portsmouth crosses. They had 49 crosses of the ball. 49, because they were playing with I literally saying the 2 players were out wide on the touchline basically, and they would ping it around. They would pass it around short in the middle, and then boom, it's off to the side. Oh, quick run, get the ball. 49 crosses to 9. Touches the ball 579 to 423. Tackles 16 to 23. Interceptions 2 to 8. Aerials 127 to 33. Clearances 19 to 66. We cleared the ball from our defensive third 66 times. Whoa! Offsides 1 to 3. Goal kicks 9 to 13. Throw-ins 38 to 17. Again, that's because they were going down the wings. We intercept, but we don't get the ball. Throw into them. Long balls 102 to 84. What are we doing? So here we go. I'm just going to quickly. What are we on? 40 minutes. So is there anything to garner from here? So shot creating actions. Casper Noor 3. Goal creating action 1. Yeah, Casper Noor was involved in the goal in that he played the 1-2 with Bangor Williams. So Bangor Williams played it to Casper Noor. Casper Noor played it immediately at a slight angle further forward from Bangor Williams, who took one touch, and then one touch he took that moved it just at a slight angle and then bombed it forward on the ground to Ivanovic to run onto. So that means Casper Noor got involved in that. Joe Bryan with 2 shot creating actions. If you don't know what that is, that's what that is. And let's have a look at some of this other stuff. Pass types. Corner kicks. Interesting. Ryan Wintle took them when he came on. In swinger, 2 of them. George Saville, 1 out swinger. Defensive action. So they kept George. Was George Honeyman on the pitch? Yeah, he was on the pitch. So George Honeyman was on the pitch at the same time as Ryan Wintle. Alex Neil, whoever it was, said no. No, George Honeyman. No, put the ball down. Ryan Wintle was taking the corners. Good stuff. Defensive actions. Obviously, we've seen a lot of that. Tackles 1. And where they were won. Blocks. Possession of the ball. Here, look at this. So take-ons. Number of attempts to take on defenders while dribbling. Bangor Williams 2 successful. George Saville, not so much. 2 attempts, 0 successful. Tanganga 2 and 1. Joe Bryan 2 and 0. And you can see here, so we didn't get on the ball because we were harassed by Portsmouth very quickly when we tried to get on the ball. So you can see these numbers are way down. The number of carries, as in the number of times a player got on the ball, the distance that they were on the ball for, and the progressive distance in how much distance that was towards the opponent's goal line. And you can see here Connolly, the main man, 15 carries for 77 yards. 46 of that was towards the opponent's goal line. Bangor Williams, 8 carries of the ball for 55 yards. 35 of that was progressive distance. Casper Noor, not going sideways at all. 4 carries of the ball, 33 yards. All 33 yards was forward. So, I mean, wow. We saw, on the thing, what was it here? Is it this one? Yeah. You can see here. So, Casper Noor was actually the deeper one. Casper Noor was 24, isn't he? So he was deeper. But he was getting on the ball and driving forward with it. Miscellaneous stats. Which has the aerial duels. Those aerial duels. So Ivanovic, aerial duels. 1-4, lost 6. Connolly 2 and 2. Again, Langstaff 0 and 1. Billy Mitchell 0 and 5. Oops. George Saville 4 and 3. Joe Bryan 1 and 3. Jake Cooper 7 and 0. 7 aerial duels, 1 not 1 lost. Tanganga 8 and 2. So even though he lost 2, he still won 8, which is 1 more than Jake Cooper. Crammer 3 and 1. Liam Roberts 2 and 0, like I said. goalkeeper coming out and claiming the ball. Yes. Especially when you got the opposition crossing into the ball 49 times. What? And we can see shots on target against 3, saves 3. That's 100% save rate. The post-shot XG of the shots that he saved was 0.3. So seemingly not very clear-cut chances. Obviously, that's literally 0.1 per shot if you average it out. Launched attempts 30, completed 4. Again, what I was saying, like, he was kind of driving it high into our left-hand side, I believe, to get the second balls, if Portsmouth did win it, away from Jacob Murphy, or Josh Murphy, Jacob Murphy, from Murphy, whatever his bloody name is. He threw the ball twice. 20, passes attempted, but not including goal kicks. And 85% of them were launched, and the average length was 53.1 yards. Goal kicks, 13 of those, all of them were launched. That's 64.8 yards average. 30, so that's saying 36 of the opponent's crosses were inside the penalty area. He stopped 2 of them. That's a stop rate of 5.6%. And he came out defensive actions outside the penalty area, 2 of them. His average distance from goal line was 15 yards. And here we have the shots, the shot list. The list of all the shots. So Connolly off target. Bangor Williams off target from 3 yards with his right foot. Wow. He went to side foot and he opened his foot up too much. How did that go? How did that go anywhere but in the goal? Like, even if it would have went the other way and hit a pulse of play, like, something could have happened then. Like, maybe it deflected in, but I mean, man, to go off in the out off where it would have done the least damage, just bizarre. Josh Murphy saved 0.02, 27 yards with his right foot. So Ivanovic off target, 4 yards of his head. That was a very close one as well. It looked like that was in. It hit the side netting. Again, Josh Murphy off target, quite far out. He's 16 yards. Callum Lang off target. Then Bishop off target. Matt Ritchie blocked. Lang, saved. 9 yards of a header. So that was another save from the keeper. 0.11 XG on that. And Mihailo Ivanovic, 0.22 to 0.27. So obviously that's not the highest post-shot XG, so the goalkeeper should have saved that. Really, he didn't. 16 yards with his right foot. Beautiful, beautiful goal. And then again, Josh Murphy, 22 yards with his left foot, blocked in injury time, first half injury time. We're restricting them to long shots. They can't get they can't get in the area because all the balls are getting cleared out. Again, Josh Murphy, 34 yards with his right foot, 51 minutes in. 34 yards. They're just, they don't have the patience the defensive unit from Millwall was just solid as a rock. They just couldn't get in there. Ritchie off target, Ivanovic off target, Dazelle off target, or blocked, Connolly blocked, Potts, and then Josh Murphy again, 24 yards with his right foot. Is he a bit greedy? Should he have done more? I think he was maybe a bit lazy to just take shots from far away. And then they brought on this Australian striker who scored when they lost 5-1 at the weekend. He came on as a sub, I think, and scored. So you're worrying about, they're bringing people on, and oops, is he going to score? Nope, 9 yards header off target, and then even at the end, Connolly off target, 21 yards right foot. He went to go, slowed down to go into the corner. Oh, he's going to waste time. 92 minutes on the clock. He's going to waste time. And he just drops his shoulder, cuts inside. Oh, he's got a glimpse on goal, takes a shot, and he just whistles, past the goal to the right. And then even at the end, 10 yards with a header off target. And then I think this was probably the one where the geezer got injured, maybe. No, because this was further away. 32 yards of right foot volley. Obviously, desperate, 95th minute. Just shooting from far away. But there you go. That's the story of the stats from the game. So if you're still here listening, thank you for watching. And goodbye.